Hello, and welcome to the 2020-21 Vassar Athletics Awards ceremony. My name is Amy Canfield, Assistant Director of Athletics for Communications, and it is my extreme honor to present to you the Student Worker of the Year Award. Before we announce this year's winner, I'm pleased to introduce you to all of our top 4 finalists for this year's honor. Nominated from Athletics Facilities and Events, Fiona Walsh. From the intramural staff, Mary Reed. From Athletic Communications, Ryan Diorio. And from Sports Medicine, Yuming Ren. Welcome, everyone. So for a little bit of a background, this award recognizes a student worker that personifies the ideals of Vassar College as well as the Vassar Athletics Department. The award looks to honor a worker that goes above and beyond what is asked, shows initiative and quality of work, and who has contributed to the Vassar Athletics Department in a way that benefits the athletic and physical education community as a whole. Each of our top 4 finalists has made an incredible impact in their positions, and I'd like to briefly read a portion of their nomination submitted by their respective bosses. Fiona has worked in our area for 4 years, including multiple summers. She is an extremely vital part of our home events staff. Fiona quietly gets her job done, is rarely rattled, has trained new employees in a number of areas, and has handled complex projects as well. She is a dedicated student worker who cares about the success of our events. Yuming has worked for us in sports medicine for over 2 years now and has brought a lot to enhance the care of our program that we provide for all student athletes. Despite all the new restrictions, they have been willing to work a game any day of the week and have helped us train our 7 new sports medicine students on how to tape and respond in emergency situations. Mary has been involved in every aspect of the intramural programming over her 4 years, including checking in participants, making sure waivers are completed, refereeing, ball chasing, and has even gotten involved in scheduling. I have even heard student workers tell me, before we do anything, we usually ask Mary first. Mary is not the most vocal student on the intramural staff, but she's definitely the most respected. The times when she is vocal, her peers make sure to listen. She is a natural born leader. Ryan went right along with the ebb and flow of a crazy year in which we had no games and then a bunch of games in a short time span. In addition to statting long baseball doubleheaders, she ran video, worked in the office, and did stats for other sports. Athletic Communications would not have had a successful spring had it not been for Ryan's dedication, sacrifice, and willingness to put in the work. And so now you know why they are our top 4 finalists. Incredible words for all of our honorees. And now I'd like to hear from each of them and give a little Q&A. So no need to be nervous. So we are going to start with a question for all of you, which is, what have you learned while working in the athletic department beyond the actual job that you do in your respective area? And our first answer will come from Yuming.
Okay. I think I learned definitively that there is always light within the darkness, because I actually received my job when I was spending like every day in the athletic training room for a torn ACL, and that was like probably the darkest, one of the darkest moments in my life. But through that, I gained so many opportunities, like the athletic training job, and got to meet so many great people. And now I can hopefully help other student athletes who are injured realize that, you know, within the darkness, there's always light.
Excellent. Fiona.
Yeah, I think, in my time working for the Vassar Athletics Department, I regularly communicated with coaches, referees, athletes, and my fellow, athletes during these competitions. And as anyone involved in athletics knows, competitions can be very unpredictable and can present a lot of unknown challenges. So I think the biggest thing I learned during my time working in this position was how to think on my feet, how to be flexible, adaptable, and just problem solve in high pressure situations, which I'm very grateful for.
That's a great answer. Next, let's hear from Mary.
Yeah, as far as the athletics department goes, I feel like I've learned that a college has to be so much more than just about academics and education. It has to be, something that students can enjoy and have fun and, you know, like relieve some stress. And I feel like the athletics department is all of those things, like especially intramurals. Like it is such an important part of so many students' lives to just step out of the classroom and the work and just go play some tennis or soccer. And I really love seeing that and learning that.
Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Ryan.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things I've learned is probably time management. Like, just working so many long baseball games on Sundays, where that's where I typically do my schoolwork, is just finding different ways to make sure I'm getting what I need to be done while also being able to do my job. So, like, finding like the time within the week and making sure I can get everything done.
Well, I appreciate all of your amazing answers, and I truly thank you for taking the time today to discuss your careers and being able to share all the awesome things that you have done. And now it is time to unveil the winner of the 2020-21 Student Worker of the Year Award.
And the award goes to Mary Reed, Recreation and Intramurals.
Hi, for some reason I feel like I should introduce myself. I'm Mary Ann, and this is my thank you for the Student Worker of the Year Award. Not just thank you for the award itself, but just for 4 wonderful years of intramurals. Yeah, I've been working with intramurals for that long, which kind of feels impossible. But yeah, I still remember my first day like it was yesterday because it was so embarrassing. I was supposed to show up to the turf field for soccer, and I'd never been to the turf before, so I didn't know where the gate was, and I was so nervous I was gonna be late. So I actually like climbed what I would probably guess was like a 7-foot fence to get into the turf, and I cut my hand so badly on the top, but I was so embarrassed to admit it, so I literally hid my hand like the entire workday. Like this horrible nasty cut, I just was like holding it behind my back. So besides that first day, which was kind of tough, those 4 years were so fun, and just I could not ask for better. Not for my boss Mike, or my coworkers. Everyone is so amazing, and you know, it was them that made it so fun for not just me but also everyone that came to play the sports, especially during COVID. It really mattered to a lot of students, so thank you so much for 4 years of this. It's been an honor.